Hey scholars! Welcome to Mathora. I'm Ms. B and you'll be learning with me. Today, we're going to learn how to multiply multi-digit numbers. First, let's start off with a strategy. I'm going to be using the 4 M's of multiplication. Now let's break it down step by step. Step 1, make it neat. This means we're going to be writing our numbers neatly and lining up our place values. Step 2, multiply. We're going to multiply starting from the right and moving to the left as we multiply every digit. Step 3, mark the spot. This means you're going to cross out any completed digits that you've already used, and then you're going to use X marks the spot instead of a placeholder 0. Step 4, merge. That means add the products together. And you're done. Let's go ahead and get into example 1. Example 1, let's multiply a 2-digit by a 1-digit number. Here we have 24 times 2. Step 1, make it neat. So I'm going to write 24 on top and I'm going to put 2 on the bottom, lining my 2 up in the ones place with the 4. As you can clearly see, my numbers are in their correct spot. We have the ones place here and we have the tens place here. Now that brings us to step 2. We're going to be multiplying every digit up top, starting from the right, by the ones place at the bottom. So first up, we're going to do 4 times 2. That's going to give us 8. I'm going to write it clearly in the 1 spot. And then we're going to do 2 times 2. And that's going to give us 4. And I'm going to write that in the 10 spot. So therefore, our final answer is 48. Be sure to box in your final answer. Now, let me introduce you to regrouping. Let's multiply a 2-digit by a 1-digit in example 2. Here we have 47 times 6. Step 1, make it neat. I'm going to line up my numbers very neatly, giving myself space. Step 2, we're going to take every number up top, starting from the right, and multiply by the ones place first. 7 times 6 is going to give us 42, so I'm going to put down the 2 and I'm going to carry the 4 with a plus sign. Then we have to follow order of operations. So first we must multiply. 4 times 6 is 24, and then we need to do plus 4. So 24 plus 4 is 28. And I'm going to write that 28 right here, putting my 8, then putting my 2. And that brings us to our final answer. 47 times 6 is 282. Be sure to box in your final answer. Now notice in example 1 and example 2, we did not use step 3 or step 4 because we didn't have 2 rows of answers. So let's get into example 3. Let's multiply a 2-digit by a 2-digit. Here we have 34 times 27. So I'm going to write 34 up top times 27. As you can see, my numbers are lined up neatly. Now, starting from the right, I'm going to multiply 34 times our ones place, which is 7. I'm going to do 4 times 7, which is going to give me 28. I'm going to put down the 8. I'm going to carry the 2 with a plus sign. And then I'm going to do 3 times 7, which is 21, plus 2, which is 23. So I'm going to write the entire number 23 because there's nowhere to carry this 2 here. There's not a number here. So therefore, we're just going to put it here. So we did step 1. We lined up our numbers neatly. Check. Step 2, we multiply it from the right. Check. Now step 3, we need to cross out every number that we've already used. So we already did plus 2. We can cross that out. We already multiplied by the ones place. We can cross that out. And there is one more place we need to cross out. And that is the ones place in the second row of answers. Because we already multiplied by the ones place, we don't need to put numbers in the ones place again. Most people would put a 0. I like to put an X. Now we can take the numbers at the top, starting from the right, and multiply by the number in the tens place. So we're going to do 4 times 2. That's going to be 8. And notice, since we're multiplying by the tens place, our answer also starts in the tens place. And then we're going to do 3 times 2, which is going to give us 6. There was no regrouping here. So now that brings us to step 4, merge. Add our products together. So we have 34 times 7 gave us 238, and we're going to add it to 34 times 2, which was 68. So our final answer to 34 times 27 is 918. Be sure to box in your final answer. Example 4. Let's multiply a 3-digit by a 2-digit. So here we have 24 times 123. But I'm going to put 123 at the top because it's our larger number. And also, commutative property says that no matter what order that we multiply in, we're going to get the same answer. So step 1 is done. We made it look neat, and our numbers are lined up in the respectful place values. Now we need to multiply from right to left, starting in our ones place. So we're going to do 3 times 4, 12, carry that 1, And then we need to do 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is going to be 9, making our numbers lined up. And then we're going to do 1 times 4, and that's going to be 4. Now, let's go ahead and cross everything that we already used. We already used this plus 1, we already multiplied by the 1's place, and therefore we need to mark the 1's place with an X. Most people would put 0, I just like to put X. We need to take all of these numbers and multiply by the 10's place. So we have 3 times 2 is going to give us 6, 2 times 2 is going to give us 4, and 1 times 2 is going to give us, 2. Step 4 says merge our answers together. 123 times 24 is going to be 2,952. Be sure to box in your final answer. And that's the end of our lesson. Here's a recap of the 4 M's of multiplication. If you're comfortable with these skills, you're ready for our next lesson, multiplying decimals. For extra practice, visit www.officialmathora.com and check out the worksheets and games that go along with this lesson. Don't forget to subscribe for more learning made clear. Good luck, scholars!